We're back at St Mary's, and it's against Everton. All right, hello and welcome to the Matchday Vlogs YouTube channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button and hit subscribe because it really does make a difference to the channel. We're here this evening to recap what has been quite an amazing week of football for Southampton Football Club, and also look forward ahead to the 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday afternoon against the Evertonians, the newly reformed Evertonians with a new manager, and they spent even more money to try and get somewhere. So exciting stuff. I'm joined as ever by the infamous Jack. How are we doing, Jack?
Well? Yeah, man, not bad. It's only been a couple of days, but it does feel like ages since I've seen you.
It's like, it feels like quite a while, yeah.
If I don't speak to you like every 2 days or see you every day, I start to get a little bit like, oh, it means football. I mean, do you know what I mean? I don't see your face. It means I haven't been watching enough football. And that's all a bad thing. So it's good to be back doing this.
We can always watch the videos back. There's always something to
I find I have been more, especially the Spurs one. I've watched the Spurs one a few times now.
Yeah, it's a good one. Welcome to everyone in the chat section. As always, let us know where you're watching the show from, and also if you're watching this on replay, go and smash it in the comment section. It'd be great to hear where you're watching the show from. So, actually, last time I saw Jack, I was coming out of a dental surgery. I've had more go. I'm having some work done. I'm going to look as sharp as Tom Cruise when this is done. But I'm a little bit pained this evening. I won't lie. I'm a little bit on
if you want, I can show you the notes that I had prepared for my little Q&A with Old Man G on the United channel.
Oh really?
And, I never got to use them because somebody fell asleep off his bottom on painkillers. And I didn't get a link for it. So loads of Man United notes I didn't use. Maybe you want me to get them?
I'm really sorry. There was supposed to be a show with United, but I passed out. Anyway, so without further ado, let's have a look back at the United game. It ended 1-1. And to be honest with you, at full time, I think there were probably quite a few Saints fans that are thinking, we could have nicked that. And, after the display that the United gave, I mean, the goal that they had, they probably could have scored earlier as well, if Ronaldo had struck the ball a little bit harder. But yet again, they concede in the second half and throw away 2 points. I mean, this is something we used to do is throw away points from winning positions. Crazy. But what a goal from Shea Adams. I mean, the precision of that strike was exceptional. And had it not been, Stewie Armstrong was on the back post ready to smash it in, completely unmarked. It was unreal.
Completely open. Yeah, the way that we conceded, I think whilst we were watching the Spurs game, Harry Winks was coming in on that side and cutting in like that, and that just seems to be how we're conceding right now. That ball right across the box, our side. It's annoying, but apart from that, I thought we were all over them. We were so unlucky not to score more.
Yeah,
definitely a couple of penalty shots there. I said to Ian looking back over that game, it's United were petulant. United were doing stupid stuff. They did not look like a well-drilled team, and that is why we should have gotten the 3 points there. Really, I get why. It's a funny thing, isn't it? I get why people will be upset that you don't get the 3 points here because there was 2 opportunities from Broja and Stu where you're like, we probably should have finished that there. We probably could have won the game.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like 4 points from that week, two games against United this season, when we get points from both of them, it's amazing stuff. I think it's that I was, we get onto it, but I was getting annoyed at some Southampton fans asking for a lot this week. When in reality, coming out of that game, I was like, we should have gotten more against United.
Yeah,
so I get that mindset of we want more, but at the same time, it's just like, wow, we're top half of the table, first time since January last year. It's just, it just looks good, doesn't it?
Top 10, absolutely.
We're breathing, and we are playing so well. We look like a squad. And it's a team that looks like they're improving every week rather than obviously this time last season, it was falling apart. This is where we were really like, oh my God, what's happening?
Yeah.
And, knock on wood and everything, but like...
It's looking good.
They just look good. They just look good.
It's looking good. I mean, Ralph's obviously very happy there with the, holding up the 4 points down to the away fans. Away fans, 3,100 full allocation as well. So fair play to everyone who
Yeah.
made the journey up there.
They got the cousin and the uncle were there. They said it was absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah,
When that goal went in, they were just like, yeah.
For those of us watching at home on BT Sports, I mean, unsurprisingly, there was mention of the previous result within the first, I believe, 8 seconds of the broadcast. But let's be real with ourselves. That's the only reason BT wanted this game.
Yeah.
It's the only reason, and it's just facts. I mean, they literally bought this game for that entry montage. So well done. You did your job. But then they proceeded for the rest of the broadcast up until kickoff is to talk about Ralph Hasenhüttl reuniting with Ralph at United.
It's funny, isn't it? It's funny how things change. This time last season, we all know what happened, and it was like this guy. And now, like, do you honestly think? Like, jokes aside, everything, and I know how good Ralph is and everything, but do you honestly think United will hire the manager that they put 9 past? You're stupid. And do you think Ralph will go back to him and Ralph Ragnick don't get on?
Well, they kind of do. I mean, they left on pretty good terms. I understand it was basically, Ralph wanted a long-term deal, and a long-term deal, wanted a 2-3 year deal, and they weren't prepared to offer it exactly at that moment, so he decided to move on. But the funny thing is that the broadcast on BT were putting it to the likes of Paul Scholes. Said, would you welcome this decision? If Hasenhüttl came to United, the squirming on that seat was unreal. He was kind of like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, but it's kind of not marquee. It was fun to watch, but equally immensely disrespectful to every single Southampton fan who was watching that broadcast. But
yeah, it's just disrespect.
We're used to it.
Disrespect. But it also doesn't help that right now we're in this crazy phase where we've got this really good manager. Mm-hmm. Nothing's going wrong. We're nice and settled, and it's not a manager bounces. Here for a while. We've worked through the pains. We've worked through what we need to get through, and now we're finally coming through the other side of that.
Yeah.
And it does, and it doesn't help the last, the interview from the other week that Ralph did, where he, mentioning his future and the uncertainty of what's going to happen. And then, Martin Simmons doing his 5 Live thing, and you got Bednarak saying stuff like that today. And then it's just like, oh, for God's sake, like, we're fine. We're now making problems. Stop making problems.
I'm not making that much of it. I think that the Bednarak thing, to be honest, is the Bednarak thing for me today. That's lost in translation. Just to fill in anyone that's unaware, Bednarak basically said what a great job Hasenhüttl's been doing. It would be he hopes one day to see him at a really big club, which there isn't anyone bigger than Southampton Football Club yet. But it's we'll just be real here. But yeah, I get the sentiment, and I think the sentiment was there, but just the context was a little bit lost in terms of you're wearing a Southampton shirt, having an interview in a Southampton training facility. Shut up about managers going on elsewhere. But
although there's a little bit of me that would think it'd be really funny if it was the inside joke at Southampton. If you're playing well, like, oh, he's going to be playing for Liverpool soon. Like, if they're doing it, even then, that'd be really like a part of me would be like, that's pretty funny. Oh, he's on Liverpool form this week, boys. Woo!
Internal banter, sort of stuff like that. But other points of note before we move on was this offside, which had me in stitches. There isn't a single player onside there. I think David De Gea was the only player onside in that phase of play. But someone
that
also says
adds to the level of terribleness of United. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like that was when you're like that. Look how petulant you are, because I was in the shop watching that on my phone, and they were arguing it, shouting and arguing it. And it's like
I know. If Ronaldo was more offside, they'd be charging him to get back in, wouldn't they? It's ridiculous.
It's just silliness. Yeah, it's a whole different video for a whole other channel about why United are bad. But But I will say,
even the broadcasters were saying, "Oh, that wasn't good from Southampton, was it?" They're wide open there. It's like, what are you watching?
Yeah,
this is literally us holding our defensive line, playing every single United player offside. This is amazing from Southampton.
Yeah, beautiful football. And you know what the funny thing is? Like, I got a message when that went, when that went in, and they saying, "Oh, bet you were nervous then, but you were nervous." It's like, no, I'm not actually. I've seen Southampton hold such a good line with these free kicks.
Yeah.
I'm now actually more like he's offside, and then it's until somebody tells me that he's not. I'm like, he's offside. Don't worry about it. He's offside.
Yeah.
They're so good at that. It's absolutely insane, and
they did take a while to check this. I think it's because Ronaldo went back to the ref and said, no, not me. So Ronaldo was literally the most offside out of all of them. It's just like, all of them. But it's mad. But of course, United back to winning ways last night, but they celebrated like they were beating PSG after beating Brighton the way they did, 10-man Brighton. So
yeah, United are just ridiculous. United are just like, what I will say that the two problems at United are not David De Gea, because he's a great goalkeeper. Anybody that thinks that him letting that Shea goal in was bad form is nuts. That's one of the most perfectly placed shots you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
and you can't really blame Ronaldo. Ronaldo, if you give him 10 shots, he'll score you 2 goals. If you give him 2 shots, he's going to score you nothing. So you can't blame him.
No.
It's everything else at United. That's your problem. Sort it out.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We should talk about them no more.
Yeah, indeed. One final mention. I actually went to Old Trafford a couple of times earlier in the season. Sadly, didn't get to this game, but just something about the stadium needs a little bit of update. And this is the away dressing room for Southampton. And you'd be forgiven for thinking that this was actually a League Two or a non-league football changing room rather than the greatest football club of all time.
We're all for a home team advantage and everything, but this is
shocking.
This is just ridiculous. What's worse is it that or all the sloped edges at Spurs so you can't put your drink down in the away fans area? Because that is a piece of design.
Yeah.
That is some architectural evil. Like, that is ridiculous. One table to put your stuff on, everything else is a sloped edge that won't balance. Yeah. Fantastic.
But you will also notice, anyone that was at Old Trafford will notice that they've got no video screens either. They've got these displays which are effectively scoreboards with supersized pixels on that will do some graphics, but there is no video screens. There is no huge monitors to check.
That's for that's the fans, right? So when they see how poorly their team are playing, they'll look up and see the dead technology and remember a better time. Like, the 90s. Oh yeah, the 90s. The 2020. Oh, the 90s.
Yeah, just look at the stadium decor, but it's could do with a few renovations. Not to jump on the bus of Glazers, get some money out and stuff like that. It's coming here from Mark, member of the channel. Agree with Graham Potter about the United players always in the ref seat. They are.
But here's the thing, though. If Broja had done that, been a bit United, we probably would have got a penalty.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? There's a couple of times.
Last wasn't a red either.
No,
that wasn't a red.
No, it wasn't a red. But do you know what I mean? There are just sometimes you have to play that game against them a little bit, and in those sort of moments, that's key because, he just maybe that's Broja. Broja wants the goal, but there's a poacher thing there. Do you know what I mean? There's a striker who wants a goal, but a smart striker who knows this is how you're going to get that goal.
Yeah. So. Yeah, absolutely. Graham Potter, incidentally, another manager linked with the United job at the end of the season. So they'll literally tout up anyone, won't they?
Yeah, anyone.
It's like, do you want to go, Jack?
Run a form. Vieira, get in there. Royalton, get in there.
Oh, can you imagine Patrick Vieira?
Here's the thing, though. That would definitely be a rumor sooner or later. Sooner or later, somebody be like, Vieira's going to United. It's like, no, he's not. No, he's not. Pep Guardiola's going to United. No, he's not.
He's his centre-back companion who does all the punditry now.
Sol Campbell?
No, ex-Arsenal player.
Yeah, Sol Campbell.
He got in Van Nistelrooy's face.
Oh, Keown.
Yeah. Martin Keown as an assistant manager. Can you imagine? Anyway, stop talking about that. Dear me. Right. How do I do that? There we go. Move on.
How do you do that?
Indeed. Right. Well, let's move on and let's talk about the upcoming game against Everton a team who were on a terrible run of form, and had a result streak that I think you described as the dream opal fruit tube.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah, that's right. It's a dream.
It's
Yeah,
all reds.
the perfect starburst packet.
That's
Beautiful.
it. Yeah.
All strawberries, an orange in there, and like one lime.
Yeah. Give me opal fruits. Check out that generation. So yeah, and obviously making a change to Frank Lampard, who has since won one game in the Premier League and has lost one game in the Premier League away to Newcastle. So they seem to be doing pretty good stuff at home, and already implementing some of the different styles of football that obviously Frank Lampard has been trying to implement. So, have you seen much of the new style from them at all, Jet? Impressed?
I watched the Newcastle game,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't think too much of them really. I don't see an instant change. Really,
Okay.
I don't see that like exciting new manager bounce. But that's because I've not really seen them play that much with Donny and Dele Alli yet.
Yeah.
But I just feel like there's a part of me that still thinks that Everton are going to struggle down by the bottom. Like these two have to start playing now, like right now.
Yeah.
They've got to start doing it.
Yeah.
And the problem they've got is they are not a well coached side, and that's what you're coming up against.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now in this league, it's if your players just know where they're running and they're doing their drills.
Mm-hmm.
Great, but Everton, I think they still got a while to go yet, and I don't think they've got that tenacity of player in there. That's right, tenacity. That relegation struggle team. Do you know what I mean? I just don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think they've got that fight in them.
The mad thing is, I mean, for me, I think Lampard was a great addition. I think is a great coup for Everton to get a manager of that stature. Okay, he's not done amazing things in the Premier League yet, but he did put a lot of things right at that Chelsea side that then went on to win the Champions League. So and worked with a lot of good youth players. But I think Everton have been one of those clubs that just kind of thrown a lot of money at a lot of situations and then just sort of found themselves in a rather precarious position just above the relegation
Funnily
zone.
enough, it's the same technique as Chelsea, just not doing it very well.
Yeah.
Throw money at it. It's by players.
Sack the manager. Throw money at it. Sack the manager. Throw money at it. Sack the manager.
Yeah, except Chelsea seem to do it with somewhat of a plan. They got a Petr Cech there guiding it a little bit of what they want to do, whereas Everton are just
Yeah.
free falling, free falling.
Coming in from Lord of It, Lampard is horrifically overrated. Well, maybe. I mean, I guess he's not had that much time in the Premier League, has he? But he nearly won the FA Cup.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
He got nearly things. He nearly got Derby promoted.
Yeah, it's true.
He nearly did this.
Yeah,
but yeah, you're right. He didn't have a lot of not to go with. But I don't think Everton added right, and I just don't think Dominic Calvert-Lewin is just getting back from injury, just sort of coming through.
And it always the case. Literally, he's been injured since we lost to them 3-1, and now he's just coming back. It's like
but I've got a feeling that he'll come back, think here we go, Southampton, and then get a rude awakening when he comes up against Salosu and Bednarak, because they're just so good right now. Like,
yeah.
There's a reason that we're already, that we're having these conversations of like, players doing silly things because they're so good right now, and everyone's just trying to find a problem with it. But it's just, I'm just feeling good about us right now. I know it's that eventual thing that Southampton slip's going to come, but part of me doesn't think that this is the game. I saw them against Newcastle, and I was like, nah, I just don't see it.
But the mad thing is, we've actually, I mean, despite us playing more games than all the teams above us, we've actually lost less. I'm going to get this right. We've lost less than West Ham. We've lost less than Spurs. This is difficult to say when you've got belly in your teeth. You've lost less than, I think. Hang on, let me check this. I want to get this right because it's a good stat in a way. We've lost less than Spurs, less than Wolves. We've lost the same amount of games as Arsenal, who have played 2 fewer than us. And we've only lost one more than Man United, who have played one more game than us. Look at that.
Killing it, mate. Just out here straight killing it.
So my point that I'm trying to get across here, sorry, it's a rather long-winded thing, is the fact that we're difficult to beat. We've only lost one game at St Mary's so far this season. How about that for a turn?
That band Hi-Fi wrote that song about us, hard to beat. Hard to beat. Hard to beat. That's us. But no, it is like one home game this season, it's just everything's looking so. And like what I've been doing, especially for the last few games, is I've been looking at like when we play them. I love it when we get to this side of the season because then we can look back to where we were to where we are and where the progression is. And if you compare like that opening game of the season, where Everton have a new Rafa, everything's looking a bit saucy, and then where we are now, it's like there's a team here that's gotten better and improved, and it's just gone strength to strength.
Yeah,
and we just need to just keep a form up. This is the crazy thing is like this now when you look at it is actually a really good form over a whole length of the season.
It is. I think this is as good as our 52-point season.
And here's the thing: I think
it's better actually. I think we're playing better football than we were back then.
But the thing is that what sort of there's a style of football there as well, and it's like this is how we play it, and just the way that Ralph's adapting in game now, like you saw him drop to a 5 at the back quite a lot in the last game. Romeo dropping back and opening up at the midfield a little bit more and tidying that up.
Yeah,
playing. It's slightly understated that against United, we got to see Kyle Walker-Peters and Livramento both play the right hand side.
I know, right?
Something that we've all been crying out for, and he just did it in the game against United. Like, me, I'll have some of that.
But it was strange that Kyle Walker-Peters was playing in front of Tino Livramento.
I don't think so. I think that more recently, I just thought Kyle's been much better attacking. I think on that final finish, that final ball in, I think Kyle's the slightly better player.
Yeah, but he was playing higher up the pitch, as in I was thinking it might be the other way around when he came on.
You thought we'd overlap, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Ralph has also commented on the fact that he sees Kyle Walker-Peters as kind of like a Philip Lahm kind of player, someone who can be, very adaptable to those kind of things. But, hey, scoring goals, he's looking fantastic.
It's crazy that, like, at the beginning of the season, we were so worried, like, how are we going to keep him, like, in the squad and be happy without, having constantly rotating him. But it turns out, no, you can constantly rotate him because he's that good a player. Just do everything.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's like, you don't want to keep playing on the left because he wants to play on the right. It's like, no, he's just as good on the left as he is on the right.
And speaking of which, the guy on the left, Roman Peru.
Oh, God, he's been so good.
It's been amazing.
So good. But it's making them even better that they do have Livramento sat there on the bench because there is such a competition for that spot now that every week they're playing up to this level. It's for ages. When we had Bertrand at the back, I was like, could we give a bit more? If we had competition, we'd have a bit more. And it was always like, no, Bertrand's probably the best one. But now you see what it could have been and what we're getting, and it's like, yes, finally, we got a back four that's competing with each other, even the centre backs. Yeah,
he's an absolute steal.
Stevens was great. Stevens was great when he came on against United, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And he also was given a bit of stick to Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes as well, but he's good at that. We did enjoy that. So shall we have a look at our predicted lineup whilst we're speaking about all these players? Let us know in the chat section what you think the lineup's going to be on Saturday. I think also, whilst we're going into this, is it any surprise that when we were in a good run of form previous season, it was during those times when we were like, we know what the lineup's going to be.
Yeah.
Like you knew, you had a general idea. Okay, he's gonna do this. He's gonna play this player in this position, etc., etc. You just had a consistency in that, and I think we're at that stage of the season now. We've been quite fortunate with injuries, so we've got a good selection to work with. But that's still not causing us problems, which is really encouraging. But I've got to say, this has to be Fraser Forster because he's looked unreal.
Yeah, I saw a couple of people saying, he's found his like Poch form and stuff like that. And you're like, yeah, he has. He is somehow he's you've up 10 years.
New
He's everything
contract
you want to
worthy,
be. I honestly, here's the thing, he is, but I think he needs a wage cut.
and that's the hard part, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because no agent's going to tell him to take a wage cut. But reality is, I think wherever he goes next, there'll be a wage cut.
but here's the thing, the other side of that is, I thought like, oh, we'd be keeping McCarthy, and so that would free up a bit for the next guy to come in, and McCarthy would back up. I was like, oh no, if McCarthy's going, because I tell you now, he's not on Forster money, but he'd probably be on a big, decent sized wage.
Yeah, 85 grand a week, I would say.
And it's like, okay, does Southampton do what we were going to do and get a Dean Henderson in from United? Which, to be honest, right now, he's the apparently the leak in the dressing room. He's causing a bit of unrest, and it's like, okay, maybe Dean Henderson might not be the guy that I want. And then Matey from West Brom, I'm like, well, he's a bit old. So what if we do keep Forster for another season and we get a younger keeper in and get him and do what we're doing with every other position? Find that next young keeper who's to bring through. I mean, it's our B team keeper. For the life of me, I can't remember his name, but I think he's one player.
Harry Lewis.
Not Harry Lewis, the under 21s keeper, the B team keeper. I think he just won Player of the Month. So and I don't think that was the first time. So that maybe that's what we're going to do. Maybe Ralph can see something in him and Foster in the season. So
yeah.
I wouldn't hate it.
Let us know in the chat section. Also, do you think Forster deserves a new deal, or is it time to wave goodbye? Can't believe we're letting Forster go. It does seem strange, in terms of the form that he's been in, and he's great save at the end of that United game of Harry Maguire.
So good. That was proper Gordon Banks-esque, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think I could have taken that conceded Harry Maguire header. That would have been just like, really. Yeah, so looking at always tricky to guess this one. Left back, are we going with Mr. Peru?
Yeah, I think like you say, I think we're hitting this point now where you don't change much.
Yeah. Do you stick with Kyle Walker-Peters?
Yeah, I do stick with Kyle Walker-Peters actually, especially now knowing that like
Tino's on the bench.
I know he is. Sorry, Tino, but this is like it's been so good.
Yeah. Sally Sue. Not even consulting you, just putting it in because it's obvious.
Get him in there. Now this is Bednarak went off of a groin injury that last game, and then in that little clip I sent you on the infamous Sky News appearance tonight, he said he might be okay for the weekend.
Okay.
So it's if he is, it's Bednarak.
Yeah.
If it's not, it's Stevens. But let's say Bednarak because it would be first choice if we get in.
And I don't think that's bad either way. I think Stevens did a great job when he came on. I'm going to go with Romeu.
Yep.
James Ward-Prowse.
Now, here's where it gets tricky, is on them wings, because you saw he was back in training today, right?
Mr. Redmond.
Yeah.
Yes, Redmond
but
is back.
It's been quite good. It's not been bad without him, has it?
No. But it's great to have that option. But I never like Redmond coming on as a sub.
No, it's never the same, is it?
It's never the same. So you're kind of like...
I think Elyounoussi is quite a good sub.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be happy with either.
What I could see is Redmond starting, and we were like, here comes Elyounoussi, and he brings on Gineppo, and I'm like, no. No, not now. I need to see. Do you know what I need to see? I need to see Gineppo start against maybe Leeds, or do you know what I mean? I want to see him start against
That's a tough gig. Leeds away.
Okay, maybe a home game then. Maybe Palace at home. Maybe Palace at home.
Okay.
That's what. Yeah.
So let's for the fact that you had a fantastic game.
I think we're about to go unchanged, aren't we?
I think we are. Yeah. I will come to the chat session just a sec. It's got to be our man Broja and Shay McAdams.
It's great. I do not say it makes it even better than when we found that form last time and we were choosing the same team every week. not only do we have this, and we're like, this is the good team to start the week, but there are options on the bench, and this team aren't looking tired yet.
Yeah,
they just keep looking better. Like, they're playing so smart.
I think Stuart brings up an excellent point here. Though the Redmond's right up there with the assists this season. I think he might have the most actually.
I think so too.
Really, really
either
good.
him or Prowsey, but yeah.
Another Stuart is also saying start against Norwich. I'm guessing for Gineppo. So the following Friday night fixture. To be honest, I just want to win convincingly, and I don't mind if Gineppo comes on as a sub. I don't mind that, but I'd just like to see us. If we win our next 2 games, I mean that's just going to look. Everyone's going to go Europa, Southampton in Europa. But we are in 10th. So
that video's already come out. It's already been sent to me once. I'm like, yep, it's a bop, innit? It's a bop.
I got a question for you though, and it relates to
us writing the next Europa song. Absolutely, of course we will.
We'll get onto that. Our good friend and currently lonely striker Armando Broja. I've got quite a few mates who are Chelsea fans, and they are speaking very highly of Armando Broja. They see what's going on, and they're basically saying Chelsea would be mad to sell him, which got me thinking that if you had a situation, I'm going to bring down this so you can see our full sincere faces. This is our predicted 11. We're going to lock that in. If you had a situation in regards to Armando Broja, that you could have a pick of Lukaku, Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, or Armando Broja. Money wasn't an object. Wages weren't an object. Any one of those 4 players, who are you picking?
I quite like Havertz,
For me is the only one in terms of his.
Not to burst your bubble, but yeah, no. Havertz would be, because I thought
he's got 85 goals at the age of 22 with.
And I think imagine him as playing cutting on the wing, creating another 10 for us. Oh, wicked. But no, I absolutely understand your point. You would want Broja. Broja's got all the potential in the world, but the thing is, Chelsea don't see potential and they don't use it. Look at Tammy Abraham.
I agree, and I think that the smart move is just do a Tino on us, and just sell him with a buyback clause. Because I'm telling you now, and clip this up, everyone, Armando Broja will be Haaland level. He'll be Mbappe level. He's going to be massive.
God, there's some big words there,
They are big words, but he has some serious ability to get himself in some very good positions and score some great goals. And he is a fantastic talent.
But
I feel like Harry Redknapp talking about Frank Lampard when he was just a little pup. Says he will go right to the very top. I'm telling you now.
And here's the thing: it's the open. Got to be open and honest with yourself. We know what's up. Southampton are we are the best feeder club. And we just have to get the most out of him for the time we've got him. So that's what we got to do, whether it's this season, whether it's another season, whatever it is, we've just got to get the most out of him and enjoy him whilst he's here. So, doesn't matter what. Doesn't matter what's going to happen.
And he loves it.
Just enjoy it. But that's the thing. I would love to see him for another season, maybe another 2 seasons. But and he clearly loves it here.
Yeah.
All of his boys are here. They brought, Tino's here. Simu is here. Livramento's here, and then you've got the other Tino looks like he might be coming in the summer. It's a good place to be for those boys right now, and they're scoring goals. They're banging in goals in a Southampton squad, which, let's be honest, before we were struggling to find goals.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think in regards to the position Chelsea's in, and regardless of the position Armando Broja's in, it would be a very smart move for the both of them if they made the sale in the summer and had just had a buyback clause in there. Because, if he ends up, going to Real Madrid for 200 million quid from us, then great. But if he goes back to Chelsea for 50 million, then okay.
But at the same time, if they sold to let's say a Newcastle for 40 million, like a ridiculous, big ask, never going to get him back. Going to be like, no, we're buying him for this and he's ours.
Yeah.
Like there's with Southampton, there's that clear path of this. You go from here, you can go back again.
Yep.
It just makes sense. It just makes sense.
He clearly has a lot of affection for Chelsea as well. In terms of following
He,
following
he,
the team and.
he loved it. Against Spurs, that's where he really gave it some.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, it's always always got to look at it in perspective. After he scored that goal, he was going mental. He probably could have put a couple of other chances away if he just calmed down a bit. So there's still to be learned.
He's young though, isn't he?
Against United, same few things. There's still learning to be done for any Chelsea fan or anybody Southampton fan to think, no, he's going to go to Chelsea, he's going to replace Lukaku, going to be there next year. No,
Yeah,
he will crumble. It'd be like every United player; it will crumble because that's a lot of pressure for a young lad.
Yeah, and also you're in a dressing room with a lot of big characters, and there's no discredit to the squad at Southampton. I just think there's a chemistry there amongst the squad. That there's a unification in this team at the moment, which is making for a great performance. On multiple occasions. We've got some very decent performances out of this lineup, and I just think if you were to change that up and for him to go into a different style of coaching and a different style of this, he'd be much better off, sticking at Southampton and, enjoying his football, perhaps giving us 2-3 seasons and then hitting the big time. He's got time. He's got time for that that big money move. So, yeah. Mark's absolutely right. He was actually at Spurs before Chelsea. I think he requested the move as well, which is quite funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he wanted to go and play for Chelsea. So, yeah.
But no, that Adrian on the comments, he mentioned on Instagram about how do we feel about the feeder club title? And it's just that's who we are, man. Like that's Southampton. Like,
oh right, as
like,
in
yeah,
right,
okay. Adrian was talking about mentioned the Martin Simmons thing on the post and stuff like that, and all that kind of stuff. And it's it's Southampton. What are the expectations? I've been asking that question a lot. Listening to that 5 Live interview was great because with Martin Simmons because they were talking about what are Southampton's what do we want?
Mm-hmm.
What are expectations? When I messaged you that question, you just said survival. And I was like, yeah. Last season, the season before that, it was survival. So why do you think that's changed so much this season after we've had beaten Spurs and drawn to United? Calm down.
Yeah,
we've got an ownership that we all knew what it was going to be. It's going to be the Moneyball system. It's going to be find these little players, bring them up, and they're going to move on. And hopefully, we can build a squad good enough in there that we will go on a cup run. Look at Leipzig. Leipzig aren't tearing up the leagues, but they're always in with a shout.
Look at Salzburg. They're currently beating Bayern Munich, I think, at the moment.
Exactly. It would be silly to say, what we're doing at Southampton, what we want is, Southampton, we're playing for silverware and doing this. We're not. We're playing to be an entertaining, successful top 10 Premier League club.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I mean, when I say my expectation is survival, it kind of is. I mean, I'd love for us to be challenging for Europa, and I believe we have the structure to be able to do that now, which is great, which is really, really good. But you always have to just keep yourself grounded a little bit in terms of that everyone's trying to go for that.
There's like this threshold that with being a Southampton fan where it's every season you start with, we need to get 40 points. And the moment you get past 40 points, if you get past 40 points in the season is when you can start going, where are we going? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Right. We have to make it past that line first. We have to make it secure. We have to make sure we're in the top 10. If we're comfortably in top 10 for like a couple of months, that's when you're like, right, what are our expectations now? Yeah. If you're comfortably in the top 10 at Christmas and you're feeling everything's strong and it's not crazy like it was last year, that's what what we're looking for.
Absolutely. And to James's comment here, not anymore with the new owners, we're now in a position now where we don't have to make the decisions to sell players, to try and facilitate wages, to try and, there's not a juggle in place now. And we've got a lot of very good, young, talented players, which is exactly the ethos of what Ralph's trying to do. So it's an exciting time. It definitely is an exciting time. But, we're still thinking, let's just get 40 points. Let's just get there. So yeah, all good. Let me just read through some of these other comments here. Oh, we haven't done score predictions, have we?
Yeah, you should probably mention that. Probably mention score predictions.
Oh dear, I've lost track of where we are in this.
Well, it's still, we're talking Southampton, but
I did.
yeah. If anybody hasn't gone and listened back to that Martin Simmons on 5 Live, go listen to the 5 Live from this week. It's great. They really do spend the first. I think it's maybe like 45 minutes on Southampton. It's one of the most in-depth bits of mainstream punditry I've heard on Southampton in a long time. And the fact that you get Martin Simmons on there talking you through everything, being very blunt, very open and honest, answering all the questions, even about Ralph's exit and stuff like that. I personally got out from that Southampton might have been looking at Thomas Frank in the future. That's what I got out of that.
He made that quite obvious.
He made that a little bit of a Thomas Frank should be someone that you should look out for. But that's just the way to look at it. You look at what Brentford are doing. You just to be a success in this country in this league is amazing enough. Being in the Premier League is no easy feat, and to remain in it for next season is 10 years back in the league, right? That's pretty incredible for a team that where we were to where we're going.
Yeah,
you can say we have to change mindsets, but
we've done it in a ridiculous way as well. I mean, in terms of what we've been able to do with the limited funds available. I put up a little TikTok earlier of how for every point Man City have got, it's cost them £637,000. For every point that Liverpool has got, it's cost them £230-something thousand. And for every point that Southampton have achieved, they've actually made £182,000. So it kind of gives you an idea of what we've been able to do. And the mad thing is, it's not really that different, is it?
No.
There isn't that much of a, it's just literally you're seeing clubs being able to compete with other clubs, and that's why I think it'd be fascinating looking at
the other thing to take into account is that right now we're still little old Southampton. We haven't had a big player sale in a while, and not to get too far ahead or whatever.
Since last summer.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, that was great business. That was amazing business. But I mean, like, let's not tempt anything. But let's say Salasu. If Van Dijk went for how much back then? To be and Maguire goes for that much to be a certified good centre back. Let's just be crazy and put a silly number out there. So imagine what this current Southampton squad could do with an £80 million sale.
I think he needs another season to get that price.
Another season, but I'm not saying like that's what it's going to be or average, but in this set of what we're going to do, this new way we're going to be playing and bringing these players through, there's nothing to say that we won't get a player that's going to set the world alight. Another Mane, another Luke Shaw, anything. It could be anything. And now we're in great stuff where if we do get that, look at Dortmund.
Yeah,
Dortmund are wicked because they sell those big players and they get wicked players in, and that's how they're successful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's a way to go there. There's ways to go.
Yeah, and I echo this point 100%. I don't want Salasu gone.
No,
not yet.
No, I'm only saying that because that's how wicked he is. Because after every game, every team that I've listened to after is like, that's Salasu's good, isn't he? Oh, that's yeah. And it's almost like we do have a Southampton Van Dijk premium. It's like, we've got a bar that we've set for centre back sales.
Yeah,
you know what you're getting.
He's not quite there yet.
Yes, he is. Mate, anybody could be watching this, and that includes like scouts. What's he worth? If it's United, it needs to United only sign players on what their Instagram worth is. So we need to pump our boy up.
But I remember watching Van Dijk at St Mary's and thinking like, he's just ridiculously good. He's just Galactico good, and I think I want to see a few more seasons of Salasu at St Mary's because he's going to be there, 100%. Right, let's move on to our audacious part of the show where we basically predict the score predictions for the upcoming game of Southampton versus Everton at the St Mary's Stadium, 3 p.m. kickoff. Whose turn is it go to first? Is it mine?
It's your go.
Is it my go? It's my go.
Thank God you said the date because I forgot to book it off, didn't I?
Yeah, it's nearly going to be a lonesome vlog.
It was going to be me travelling down to Southampton on a Sunday going, no, it's pretty quiet for a match day.
Mine was in a really good mood yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Weird. Right, okay. What am I going to go for? It's hard because I really want us to get a clean sheet result.
Yeah.
But
But
with Donny being a bit of a playmaker in the middle and with their strike force coming back to full fitness, it's tricky to see because, Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin they're just annoying like that, especially Richarlison. He's actually retweeted one of our reaction videos as well.
yeah, that's him. He did.
Bantered
Richarlison did
us
mug us off. Yeah.
across the entire Brazilian nation, laughing at us,
Is
dismaying.
that what's worse? Is that worse or Patrick Bamford? Because Bamford was in real life,
But yeah,
but
it,
obviously Richarlison bigger audience.
yeah, they're both bad.
Or
Especially
was
as
it?
I was worried
Or
for
was it when
Bamford.
people used us for when Danny was sold? That was pretty bad. I think that was worse because we were like, oh, we are gutted. We are truly gutted there. There's no hiding that. Hence why I've gone on the attack for most of the season
Yeah, I guess so.
because
They're
we
all
got punked
bad.
out.
They're all equally bad. They're not nice situations. But looking at this, do you know what? I'm gonna back us. I'm gonna go 2-0 Saints.
Talk to me. It's going 2-0 Saints.
Yep. 2-0.
Mucho bueno.
And I'm gonna go for a rather simplistic Broja and Shea Adams with the goal scorers. So 2-0 Saints win.
I see it being slightly saltier than that, but I like it. I like
Okay.
it. I just don't see the clean sheet as much as I love the boys.
I know
Although
what
it
you
is,
mean.
although it is at home, I just see like you can see in the past few games, it's not still not the complete package. There's still stuff to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Calvin Lewis with some delivery into the box.
Wait, are
So
you going to predict a draw?
that'd be stupid.
I was going to say, I was getting pretty worried then.
No, I wouldn't dare do that. I think I am going to go.
Who are you? What have you done with Jack?
I'm going to go for that 3-2 Southampton.
Oh, okay. Oh, you
think
are
there's goals.
romantic.
I think there's goals again. That's what I mean. Like I just feel like I don't see Everton having loads and loads of. I don't think it's not good. I don't think they're going to be frantic against us. I think it's just going to be what it's always going to be. It's going to be a ball over the top, headed in.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Dominic Calvert-Lewin doing that. But I feel like the boys are on a form.
Mm-hmm.
Pickford's got little arms. Their defense is terrible.
Yeah.
It's still Dele Alli, and let's be fair, there are boys in that squad that would love to put Dele Alli on his ass, especially Kyle Walker-Peters.
Yeah.
I just, and again, and say what it comes down to, I just feel like we're the better coach side, but I still feel like it's still Southampton, so they can still head those goals in. So I'm going to go 3-2.
Yeah. Well, I think that, equally you could look at both of those suggestions and say either way. I mean, I just think Everton at home, different story. Everton away, I just think that maybe we can shut them down a bit, in terms of like if we stopped a lot of other clubs from scoring at St Mary's in the
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's either that we can concede a couple or we're not going to concede at all. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be. I don't think it'll be one goal to Everton. Put it that way.
Yeah, I think it's fair comment there. Right, let's roll through some of your suggestions in the chat section. Everyone needs to give me fair warning if there's any draws in there, just so I can calm Jack down.
I will flip this desk.
I do need to go. There we go. Right, I'm going to go up this far. Okay. Sen Kid Deli is going for 2-1 Saints. Barney Hayes is going for a 3-2. Stewart's going for a 1-0. The Pro Clubs only is going 3-1 Southampton. Richarlison to get booked for simulation. Yeah. Finbar Kelly is going for a 3-1 Saints. This now is going for a 2-1 Saints. Peru and Broja. It'd be great to see Peru score. That'd be fantastic. Erratic Bot is going for a 3-1 Saints. Payback for the first match of the season. Yeah, that'd be good. God, what a goal from Adam Armstrong that was. Didn't even talk about that.
Yeah.
Bradley's going for a 3-0. Fantastic stuff. Mark Rich is going for a 3-1 Saints for Charleston to get his usual goal against us. It's brutal, but that's part of me reason why I want a clean sheet. I just want to shut down that. I don't want that. Venom's going for one of those results. 2-2. Shea last minute Peru equaliser. Cross the mark. Toby Rogers going for a 2-1 Saints. Shea Adams with 2 goals. Adrian's going for a 4-1 to Saints. Cool, another 4-1 at St Mary's. I'll tell you that. Optimistic 3-1. I think that's optimistic. It's very accurate. Calvert-Lewin header to us. Dink in the box. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. It's making me nervous saying their names out loud. Can't say it 3 times in a row. It will happen. Alex Ross going for 3-1 Saints. Shea Broja and James Ward-Prowse free kick or pen. We need another James Ward-Prowse free kick. It's been been a few weeks.
Oh, but you know what? Like Pickford must be nervous when if he sees one coming because like he knows he's not going to get to a corner.
Yeah,
he knows.
See the one he conceded the other week. It was ridiculous. I feel 3-1-2 Shea Broja and James Ward-Prowse. Isaac Shaw's going for a 3. Lots of people go 3-1. If we go 1-0 down and come back to win a Ward-Prowse masterclass.
We giving our goal scorers? Who you saying?
Well, I said Broja and Shea Adams.
Broja and Shea Adams. I'm going to go for a Ward-Prowse brace and a Broja. Keep that fight on for who's going to get our golden boot between Broja and Ward-Prowse. Who would have thought that at the beginning of the season? Who would have thought that?
Stuart was going for a 4-1 Cole Peters brace, Broja, and an own goal. Oh, very nice. Samuel Davis going for 3-0 Saints, Prowsey brace, and Broja. Jamie 397, 3-1 Peru, Broja, Adam Armstrong to boost the confidence. Actually, change for James Ward-Prowse for Peru. He's back in Peru. Lucy Fagan's going for a 1-0 90th minute winner. God, can you imagine the scenes with that? Oh,
everybody keep calm. Everybody keep calm.
Stay cool. Beautiful Saints. Excellent hang name there. I like that. Beautiful Saints. Great name. 4-2 Southampton. Shelley 2. Broja 1. And Ward-Prowse with a pen. Fat Saints fans feels it's going to be 3-3. Shea's got 6 goals as well. Yeah. Everyone's scoring as well.
Big up to Shea because not only is he attacking, but his defence.
Yeah.
Shea's defence right now has been Shea's turned into Danny Ings this season. Like I think the way he's defending, the way he's playing, he is now that form player. He's now doing so. In my mind, if you think
I think he's more physical than Danny.
He's more physical than Danny. You know, because he's younger, he's a bit more tenacious, and he just looks amazing.
It's got the guns.
This just gives me massive hope for what Adam Armstrong is going to bring next season. I feel, that's why I'm not getting as anxious with Adam Armstrong as I feel I should be because I got Broja scored goals. Mm-hmm. When Adam scored, it's been great. So I feel like Shea Adams just gives me so much hope for everybody in that squad because like there was a time we were like, oh my god, what's going on? But now he's the boy. He is so good up top. He's putting chances away. He's strong. He's physical. He's coming back, defending. He's great on the press.
Yeah.
Also, like, right now, it's insane just how good they are on the press and when they change format. Like the way they do stuff on the pitch right now, like they just seem to be so fluid and like change, like just getting back into shape and like having and adapting to the game. Like I say, dropping back, even Ward-Prowse dropping back into a 5. It's just. I don't know if that's Prowsey running that, but like calling that like that on the moment, or it's just Ralph screaming at the side. But boys are on it.
Yeah, no, and the intensity's there. Holy cow! Have you just seen that?
No, what's going on? I've not got the comments up. Hold on. Hey, Twix is on the boys.
I'm quite stumped there, Isaac. Thank you so much for your generous donation. I'm really grateful to you both.
Oh, man.
Every night Saturday, that will make me feel so much better. Oh gosh. My mum's just got diagnosed with cancer, so it goes down, but it really helped me get this tough. I'm really sorry to hear that, Isaac.
Yeah, man.
That's certainly please do give our best to your mother. I hope she gets everything she absolutely needs. You have our full support there. But yeah, good on you, mate. Really, really do appreciate that, and hopefully you can get everything resolved. So cool. Oh,
cool. Got emotional there.
Yeah. It's Terrible
But it's
thing.
just it's terrible. But I'm glad that we can come together like this, and it's what it's here for, man. That's what it's here for. It's why we love seeing people at the games. We love talking to you lot. It's great.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, so please do pass our best on. Really
Yeah,
do
man.
appreciate that. But I'll be doing. I still need to bring up the charitable walk up a mountain and down the next day. We'll be doing for Macmillan Cancer support. So I'll bring up details of that as well. So yeah, do you know what? I'm going to stick that 20 quid in there.
Good
So
man.
thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that kind donation. Fantastic stuff. Whew. Just caught me off that bit. And don't worry, Jack, I'll still get you plenty of Twix. You don't have to worry about that.
Would you like me to talk about tactical breaks in the game to sort of?
Yes, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, don't have anybody else. Did you see that Athletic article about Southampton's tactical breaks within the games? How it seems to be, we like to take a nice long ass break in between the 60th and 70th minute. We've done it every game, and it's good for the boys to just get these energy gels. I kind of want to try one of those, and I want to know how like will I cut down on coffee if I have one of those a week? I just go, do I? Or I imagine it's a little bit like, do you remember the water in Space Jam?
I do. My wife is calling me during this stream. This is awkward.
She wants to talk about Space Jam, but yeah, it's just like that's another one of those things where we're just playing smart. We're just playing smart, and it's those little things like that, and the way that we adapt into those games. That just like I say, a braver me would say 3-0 for this game, but knowing what Everton are bringing up and Frank and blah blah blah, blah they're gonna want something. But no, I'm confident in us. We're gonna get this.
Yeah. It's quite fascinating to see that the whole kind of like it's brought attention the fact that we have players go down injured between the 60th and 70th minute. It's strategic, right?
Yeah, of course it is.
It's pre-planned. That's not.
Here's the thing. I love that. Go down, take the minute, take it down. That's fine. It's the reverse of that when you're calling for foul, like drawing fouls for nothing. Like that's you can be annoyed with time wasting, but those minutes go back on the clock, so not really.
Mm-hmm.
When it's in the 60th, 70th, it's not time wasting, it's them catching their breath. Same for the long throw-ins. Apparently, the long throw-ins is exactly the same. They know Salasu isn't Rory Delap.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to the back post, but they're far enough where the time it takes them to get up there, the boys can catch a breath, take a break, take a wind. And you know that Romeo's going to drop back, so you know that position's covered. So until the next round of play, he doesn't have to be back there again. So it's really smart things like that from us that you're seeing that's keeping us going, because we're not gassing out, are we? We don't get to the end of the game and you're like, oh, the boys are leggy. Really?
No.
The leggiest we looked against Tottenham was when Walcott came on.
Yeah.
Because Walcott looked leggy.
Yeah. To think that we played 120 minutes at the weekend is insane.
Yep.
Unreal.
Football, all the football.
But actually, another thing I was going to bring up was this stream's going on a long time, but we've got lots to chat about this evening. Was they were referring to on Match of the Day how Ralph was questioned about Ralph Rangnick's tactics and how he thought Man United were using them and how they were adapting to them, and he was kind of ridiculed for answering that question. But basically, he in a nutshell said it's a difficult system to play with that amount of intensity for 90 minutes. It's very stressful. It's very demanding on these athletes, and it takes time to implement. That, in my mind, is kind of a overview nutshell of the system, the Gegenpress, or whatever you want to call it. But Jermaine Genius really pulled him apart. He said you shouldn't answer questions about it. You shouldn't be questioning the tactics of another manager. Literally, he was asked about the tactic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the method that Southampton use. So who better to answer a question of how because he didn't really say how he thought Man United were adapting to it, did he? He just said it's a difficult system to implement.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was anything wrong with that.
What you have to keep in mind is that Jermaine Genius once played a piece of fried cod on an advert, so I really have no respect to what he has to say or what his opinion is on Ralph. Have you ever seen that bit of punditry when like Spurs lose 6-1 and he's like, oh, but Spurs deserve something, and Shearer's like, oh, shut up. And that's Genius.
Yeah.
Don't you listen to him. But you're right, it's that thing of like, well, you asked a dumb question, so you got a dumb answer if that's the way you want to look at it. Like Ralph was asked specifically about not only a tactic, but a tactic he helped employ with Rangnick.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he would know a thing or two. And that's the other thing that makes it funny, people about saying like Ralph going to United would be the perfect fit. It's like, well, no, because that system isn't a good fit for United because those players are terrible. Like they don't have it. United right now are Southampton with Charlie Austin. They're a team full of Charlie Austins that don't like that system. They don't want to play it, and they think it's stupid, and they think they know better, and they don't.
Yeah.
And now that's why Charlie Austin is playing for QPR in the Championship, and we're over here. And he can say what he wants about Ralph, and he's looking real stupid now.
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at United. United are just a team full of Charlie Austins. They can't do it.
But in this, I mean, I know we're going back to talking about United again here, but if you have a manager who comes into a squad who you know's not going to be there past the summer, are you really going to adapt until a new manager comes into play?
No, do you know why? Because they were told they said they'd adapt for the last 5 men.
Yeah. I mean, the madness is they should have never sacked David Moyes, should they?
No.
Should have stuck with the Moyes sire, as he's called.
Yeah,
not my words. That's Russell Brand one.
All just falling apart. It's all right. Rooney will come in soon, and
can you imagine?
Yeah, I can. He's got. Here's the thing. He's just got a new documentary out on Amazon. So his Instagram likes and Twitter likes will be all the way through the roof right now. He's not really had. I don't think he's really had a scandal. Has he had a scandal this year yet?
Not yet. No.
Not yet. He's all good right now.
But we've not been able to go out properly yet. So give him time.
That didn't stop him last year.
It's true. It's true.
Nor did it stop him the year before that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But there were questions sort of added onto the United players about how the fact that they're a bunch of Instagram models who basically post things about the new training kit and get millions of likes on Instagram, and that in the Glazers' mind is their 3 points. There
is nothing funnier than that Ronaldo hates it there right now. He doesn't like the system. He doesn't like the way the club's being run.
Mm-hmm.
And have you seen the picture of him in the training gear, like the trailer for it? And it's just like Bruno Fernandes just like dead behind the eyes, and just Ronaldo just soulless, just like new training top. I was benched last week, Ronaldo.
Yeah, this is our training top. Look at that. It's magnificent.
Lovely. This is something from our home leisure wear thing, Saints.
I bought the other
sponsor us. Give us a discount.
But yeah. Oh, first game on every year on Saturday.
Loving it.
I think it's going to be a sellout crowd as well. It was very close to being sellout. So
funny that you beat Spurs and United, and suddenly people start coming to the games again. Crazy.
Well, we're playing good football.
Good football, and the seats in that family end aren't expensive.
No. I was kind of gutted I missed the FA Cup game, but I have got tickets because football's going to come thick and fast. We've got Saturday's game, following on we've got Friday night up against Norwich. And then I just read a comment there that's kind of, what do you mean stop playing with? I didn't say anything. Did you do something, Jack? Anyway, Norwich on Friday night, and then West Ham on the Wednesday night, of which we've got comfy seats, haven't we?
We do have comfy seats. I'm a little bit concerned sitting in the Kingsland. It's a home away from home. I'll be annoyed of seeing people sat in my seat. That'd be annoying, but
right.
But let's see what these comfy seats are about.
Yeah, we're going to check them out.
Is there a different bar on that side? Do you reckon we'll have a slightly different menu? Are we going to give it the full?
Maybe.
We'll give it the full. Who wins? Let's see who wins.
Yes. It's
Itch in North versus Kingsland middle.
Pint a pint. and we'll give a full review of that. But there we go. Fantastic stuff. Right. Anything else we need to discuss in the world of football before we slam the doors down on this fantastic stream?
Nothing in particular. Young lads, stay safe at the games. I saw there was another heart issue at one of the games at the weekend. Everyone's
really?
a bit. Yeah, I think they stopped the game again. So, all those young lads out there have had your jabs. You know what they say, dear? Keep calm. Just,
Yeah.
don't go full aneurysm. I know I keep saying I keep going full aneurysms, and knowing my family's history, I need to probably stop doing that. So everyone just calm down. Let's find our levels, guys. I honestly think I keep seeing that in the news, and I do honestly think it's people like me and us that have not been at these games in so long and are going full passion.
Mm-hmm.
And something just giving away, because there are times in those games I'm like, oh, I need to sit down because I've been screaming for 20 minutes straight and I've not breathed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
pick the wrong club to keep.
I get that. Yeah. I get that. That's why I'm looking at gyms and maybe cut down on steaks. Not Five Guys though, or cheese. I can't give that up.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone just take care of the games. Everyone take care of the games. All you young lads out there, it seems to be us right now that's having a few conditions. Everyone just stay safe out there.
Take it easy. The West Ham game is on the 2nd of March, Wednesday night. So there we go. Toby's saying the Kingsland is the best stand. Sorry to say.
Wow.
Get a good view. You never get the sun in your eyes. So there's a reason why they put the cameras on that side, isn't it? But we're right in the middle. We're right on the halfway line.
You know me, mate. I've always got to wear sunglasses, don't I? Future's that bright. No matter the sun's in my eyes, son. I'm always doing this.
Yeah, we're putting 2 pairs of sunglasses on.
By far one of the I recently saw that on TikTok, and I was like, oh yeah, that was funny.
Caught me out, that did. Caught me out. Fantastic stuff. Right. Well, I think that pretty much sums up this evening's preview. Yeah. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined in the chat section. Thank you also to the kind person that gave us that extremely generous donation that will be going straight into my Macmillan Cancer Research Challenge. So thank you so much for that. And we certainly do wish you the very best. And to everyone at home as well, we wish you the very best there. So fantastic stuff. Well, both me and Jack will be there at the weekend. Jack managed to get the day off.
Yep, so last minute, but fine.
We'll be there on Saturday, cheering on the boys. Jack's hoping for a 3-2 win. I'm hoping for an audacious 2-0 win. So we are very much looking forward to that. There will be a vlog at some point, and maybe we'll do some post-match little interviews as well, depending if I've got the gear available. So we shall see, but that should be fun. But fantastic stuff. And as always, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And me and Jack will see you in the next one. All right, see ya.
Bye.